One, the burnout that effort alone can't fix. Many people believe that if they just work harder, success will come faster. But the reality is, there are times when putting in more effort doesn't solve the problem. It makes you more tired without moving you closer to your goal. This is the kind of burnout that no amount of coffee or motivational quotes can fix. Burnout often happens when we confuse constant activity with real progress. You might be crossing items off your to-do list every day, yet still feel like you're standing still. That's because effort without direction is like running on a treadmill. You use a lot of energy, but stay in the same place. Sometimes, the solution is not to push harder, but to pause, step back, and see if your actions are truly aligned with your purpose. This doesn't mean giving up or becoming less disciplined. It means working smarter. It's not just longer. Real growth comes from combining consistent effort with thoughtful reflection. When you allow yourself to rest, review your path, and adjust where needed, you give your energy a chance to work for you instead of against you. To rethinking the role of trust from a young age. Many of us are taught that the harder we work, the more we deserve, and that constant effort is the only path to success. While discipline and commitment are valuable, this belief can also lead us into a cycle of stress and frustration. We can end up measuring our worth only by what we produce, forgetting that timing and balance are just as important as action. Trust plays a vital role in breaking this cycle. Trust doesn't mean sitting back and hoping everything works out without effort. It means doing your part with focus and intention, then allowing space for life to unfold naturally. When we trust the process, we accept that not everything can be controlled or rushed. This mindset shift takes pressure off constant performance and creates room for better decisions. It helps us recognize that results often require time, patience, and the right conditions to grow. When you blend steady action with trust, you create a healthier path forward, one where you're not just working endlessly, but moving with purpose and clarity. 3, letting go without giving up. Letting go is often misunderstood. Many people think it means quitting, avoiding responsibility, or losing interest in a goal. In reality, letting go is a skill. It's the ability to release control over things. You cannot change while staying committed to the things you can influence. When we try to control every detail of an outcome, we create unnecessary stress and limit our flexibility. Life rarely follows a perfect plan, and unexpected changes will always happen. By letting go, you're not abandoning your goal. You're creating space for better possibilities to appear. This approach allows you to direct your energy more effectively. Instead of wasting effort on areas outside your control, you can focus on the actions that truly move you forward. Letting go also opens the door for clarity. When you stop forcing results, you often see new opportunities and solutions that weren't visible before. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters most. Letting go is a choice to work with life rather than against it, and it's a step toward balance, resilience, and lasting progress. For the balance between action and patience in a world that moves quickly, it's easy to believe that every moment must be filled with action. We feel pressured to constantly achieve, fearing that slowing down might mean falling behind. But real progress is rarely about non-stop activity. It's about knowing when to move forward and when to wait. Action is important because it turns ideas into reality. Without it, goals remain dreams. But patience is equally important because it allows those actions to bear fruit, just like planting seeds. We can't expect instant results. We need to give time for growth, trusting that the work we've done will develop at the right pace. Balancing action and patience prevents burnout and helps us make better choices. When we act with urgency, but also allow space for reflection, we avoid rushed decisions and unnecessary mistakes. Patience also builds resilience, teaching us to stay committed even when results take longer than expected. The key is not choosing one over the other, but blending both. Move when the moment calls for it, and wait when the situation needs time. This balance creates steady, sustainable progress without draining your energy. 5. Redefining progress. We often measure progress only by visible results. A promotion, completed project, or a certain number on a chart. While these markers are important, they don't tell the whole story. Real progress also happens in ways that are less obvious but equally valuable. Sometimes, progress is learning a skill you didn't have before, even if it's not yet perfect. Other times, it's developing patience, improving communication, or gaining clarity about your priorities. These internal changes may not show immediate results, but they form the foundation for future achievements. When we redefine progress to include these subtle shifts, we reduce the pressure to constantly prove our worth through external accomplishments. This doesn't mean we stop aiming for tangible goals. It means we also value the growth that happens along the way. By seeing progress as both an inner and outer journey, we create a more balanced mindset. We stay motivated without becoming discouraged when results take time. And over the long run, this perspective helps us stay consistent, focused, and open to learning from every step. Progress isn't always a finish line. Sometimes, it's the quiet improvement you carry with you each day. 6. Accepting uncertainty. Uncertainty is a natural part of life, yet many of us try to avoid it at all costs. We want clear answers, fixed timelines, and guaranteed outcomes. But the truth is, no matter how much we plan, the future will always hold some level of the unknown. Accepting uncertainty doesn't mean giving up on structure or preparation. It means learning to work with what you know while staying flexible. When things change, instead of resisting the unknown, you allow it to be part of the process. This mindset reduces unnecessary stress and helps you adapt more effectively when challenges arise. When you accept that not every step can be predicted, you free yourself to focus on the present, the actions you can take right now. This keeps you grounded even when circumstances shift unexpectedly. The ability to live with uncertainty is a form of resilience. It allows you to continue moving forward without being held back by fear of the unknown. Over time, you realize that uncertainty isn't always a threat. It can also be an opportunity for growth, learning, and discovering possibilities you've never considered before.